What is up today, YouTube? I feel like every time I hang up boards and put my ladder away, I always come across new ones I have. So this one is a 90s one from Zero, so it's going to go on the antique side. And don't get me wrong, I love that I have a bunch of decoration. Now today's video is not about interior decoration, but I figured to hang these up anyway. Alright, so we're talking about hyperfocus and hyperfixation, and I'm going to try to speed talk through this because there's quite a bit, but it's a topic that really interests me. Recently, I was watching a video of Rodney Mullen, an interview only from a few months ago, and just the way he talks and expresses himself, I always loved it. I always loved every single part of it because, you know, they always say he has a beautiful mind, and truly he does. But he was talking about hyperfocus, hyperfixation, about how he'd spend until 3 in the morning trying a trick and stuff like that. And for the most part, we're all skaters, so we kind of deal with that. And in the beginning, if me and any of you guys were friends as kids, you would never tell how my brain works, because in the beginning, we're both learning how to ride, we're both learning how to ollie, we're both learning how to shove. But as you branch out from there is where I differed from a lot of people, and I kind of regret it now a little bit, but it's just me personally, and I'll tell a story why it's me personally. So when we get to ledges, I love skating ledges. Most people will do 50-50, then they'll learn 5-0. Then they'll learn nose grind, and then crooked grind, then nose slide. Where I was like, you know what? I like 50-50 and I'm good at it. So right now, probably I could do 50 variations. Now when we get to the skating in this video, I'm gonna do 10 variations just because it's 95 degrees in my skate park, and my phone died yesterday, so it was split between 2 sessions just because I can't be in here for too long. But there is skating, and it all is 50-50s. Front side specifically too, because I don't want to get way too complex on just 50-50s. But that's how I work, how I operate. I want to learn every variation of one particular trick and then move on to the next trick. But this means after 15 years of skating, I really struggle with 5-0s. I really struggle with nose grinds and stuff like that, to the point where I've done 1 nose grind and maybe 10 5-0s in my life in 15 years. So it definitely stunted me. One of the biggest things that played into that was YouTube itself. And obviously I'm not blaming you guys, it's just how my brain works. But when I was doing 3 videos a week, it was very challenging for me to, you know, do anything that would take days of filming. You know, if I only had 3 hours to do 3 videos, that's what I had. So doing 50-50 front 180 one day, or 1 hour, and then the next hour doing 50-50 front shove, which are very similar tricks, landing both of them, that meant I had 2 videos. Now, don't get me wrong, that's just who I am to begin with, but it kind of made this thing a whole struggle. So in this, we're going to be doing 10 50-50s, and at the end of this video, I'm going to share something that my wife said to me that honestly is a little rude. I'm going to give context on why I know she didn't mean it in a rude way, but at the same time, I'm choosing to take it as a huge compliment. But let's jump into the skating, and drop a comment below, guys. Let me know if you guys are like that. If you want to learn the next trick or just variations of the same trick. But let's get into skating. So obviously you can tell that was 2 different sessions. My phone died yesterday and I was going to film this part then, but now I'm obviously filming it now. Now, could I do all those tricks in 1 session? Absolutely. But it's about 100 degrees in here at all times because it's fully insulated, and I refuse to put an air conditioner in at least this year. So I don't get that much time in here before I feel like I'm going to pass out. That's why it's 2 sessions. Now, can I do 50-50 variation tricks? Absolutely. But I decided to dial it back a little for this video. Now let's get to the thing I thought was funny that my wife said to me. So I watched this Rodney Mullen interview. It's 1 hour and 45 minutes. I watch it for over the course of 3 days at night. And I listen to every single moment of Rodney Mullen talking, and I'm laughing and I'm enjoying every part of it. I take my phone to my wife and I say, hey, do me a favor. Watch 1 minute of this. I love how he speaks. I love everything he says. This is amazing. My wife stares off past my phone, and I just think, okay, she's really focused on listening, right? I can start to tell that she's looking around, and turns to me and says, hey, I didn't really listen to a word this guy said, but he's definitely autistic. Now, the context to this is our daughter will be born in December, and my wife has been nitpicking herself and me about different things, about how her brain works more like ADD, where mine works more like autism. That's where the joke kind of comes in. So she says, I don't know who this guy is, but I can tell you he's autistic. And I said, well, hun, I mean, you're not wrong. He is on the spectrum, and yes, he is autistic. This is Rodney Mullen. And she goes, well, this is what I say all the time. You talk exactly like him. And at that moment in time, I smiled and I was like, oh my God. She compared me to Rodney Mullen, right? Couldn't be any happier. And I go downstairs and I'm taking a shower and the light bulb comes on. And I realize she didn't care that I sound like Rodney Mullen. She's telling me I'm autistic. But I'm going to choose to take it as a compliment. And I know she didn't mean it in a rude way. I just know this has been on her mind quite a bit about our daughter. So, thought that was funny. Thought I would share that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the skating. In the future, I want to get, since I have like a week to film each video now, I do want to start working on 5-0s and faking nose grinds and stuff that might take me 3 sessions to learn, especially turning 28 soon. But as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really hope you guys did stay and listen to the whole story and that. Have a great day and keep pushing forward.